Another issue that will come up for voters includes one involving constitutional amendments that would allow for initiatives in 1914, which gave North Dakotans the power to propose statutes as well as put constitutional amendments on the ballot through the initiative process. That allows people to go out and get signatures to put issues before the voters around the state. As KX News' Alicia Huck explains, this year 3 legislators are pushing for what's known as Measure 2, which proposes a few amendments to the current initiative process.
Voters adopted constitutional amendments that would allow for initiatives in 1914. This gave North Dakotans the power to propose statutes as well as put constitutional amendments on the ballot through the initiative process. This allows people to collect signatures to put issues before the voters. Fast forward to 2024, 3 legislators are pushing for what's known as Measure 2, which proposes a few amendments to the current initiative process. Under current legislative law, North Dakota residents have the power to propose statutes, which would become law if passed by a legislative body. They also have the right to propose constitutional amendments to be put on the ballot through the initiative process. North Dakota is one of 18 states that allows for an initiated constitutional amendment. This means the state's constitution can be amended by a citizen-initiated ballot. The current number of required signatures for a constitutional amendment initiative is equal to 4% of the state's population. That's according to the North Dakota Secretary of State's office. Measure 2 proposes the signature requirement for constitutional amendment initiatives increase from 4% of the resident population to 5%. Measure 2 also proposes a single subject rule be established for constitutional and statutory initiatives as determined by the Secretary of State. What this means is ballot initiatives can only address a single subject, topic, or issue. North Dakota is one of 9 states without this requirement. Lastly, if passed, Measure 2 would require proposed constitutional initiatives that have qualified for the ballot to be voted on twice rather than once. Currently, if an initiative qualifies for the ballot, it's placed on the next primary election ballot to be voted on. With the proposed amendment, if the initiative is approved on the next primary election ballot, it would then have to be placed on the following general election ballot, where it would have to be approved again to become effective. Nevada is the only state where initiated constitutional amendments must be approved at 2 consecutive elections. What this means is a yes vote on Measure 2 would increase the signature requirement for a constitutional amendment initiative from 4 to 5% of the state's population. It would put in place a single subject rule for all initiatives, and it would introduce a process where proposed constitutional amendments must be approved in 2 consecutive elections to take effect. A no vote on Measure 2 would mean the current initiative process would remain the same without the single subject rule and would not alter the number of required signatures and election process for constitutional amendments. Reporting for KX News in Bismarck, I'm Alicia Huck.
There is no fiscal impact expected with Measure 2.